Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
To Talking Guns. Talking Guns number 11.
To non Gucci green screen Justin, straight up fucking cammed.
That's fine.
We'll fix it.
Oh, jeez, embarrassing.
We'll get a screen holder or some shit later on. I also realized that I got my mom got me not just a stand for my TV and not just a dresser, but a computer desk too. So technically the computer desk that I packed up, I don't need anymore. So I'm probably gonna sell it because that one actually has a stand, so I can take my computer off the ground and put it on that.
Fuck yeah.
The problem is it's got a rollout thing for the keyboard and mouse, and we all know I don't use that because I like to lock it in place. So we'll see.
Yeah, I've been pretty annoyed with my track. The brackets that go on the track came off, so it's just like, I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't want to have to roll it out, man. That's like, no, I don't want to have to deal with that.
The only reason why I do is because I have 2 keyboards. So. God, I've been so thirsty today. I already drank like 2 giant things of water. God.
Well, about a gallon, buddy. Proper hydration.
What's up, everyone? We got some games and stuff to talk about.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Oh.
All kinds.
For example,
what you want to start with?
Justin here beat a certain game that a certain somebody misses.
South Park?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I remember beating.
Where is it? Where's your last? There it is.
Last viewed. Yeah. So, let's see. Based upon the last TG, it's been a while, guys. I'm trying to keep up. Obviously, I moved. I'm in Texas now with all this fucking space, and I'm still unpacking. You know, still arranging things because it's the holiday, and I haven't really didn't want to move into Texas and like do a bunch of fucking work when I was here. So, still trying to get arranged, but. Yep, South Park Fractured Butthole was slain. It was defeated. It was beaten. Season pass, everything, and it was actually kind of sad when I did it because I was like, I'm having so much fucking fun with this game. Like, what am I gonna do now? Fuck, I gotta find a new single player game to delve into, and I really haven't since. Like, I haven't had a desire to play. I should be doing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but it's like I just haven't. So. Still kind of on the prowl for that single player game I want to play and just dump time into, and ever since South Park I haven't. So yeah, I mean, from start to finish, I highly recommend you play it. I highly recommend it. It's just that simple. Even the season pass content, I enjoyed just because it was a varying story and it added like new elements to it. So I enjoyed playing it. I laughed my ass off from start to finish. There was never a time where I got annoyed. It was just cool, and the combat's methodical enough that if you don't play yourself right, you'll get fucking smoked. So I enjoyed it. It was a good time for me. So would definitely recommend. Would definitely recommend. Did I like the Stick of Truth? I did like the Stick of Truth as well. I think this one was actually a little bit more tongue-in-cheek, surprisingly, than Stick of Truth was. I think Stick of Truth made a phenomenal, like it pushed the boundaries of the gaming, what was acceptable and stuff like that, especially that one scene where you're comparable fun wise. I think if you like, because Stick of Truth was
my mic's activating.
Your what?
For no reason. My mic, it keeps opening from some noise. I don't know what.
And I'm not getting cut off, am I? Like we had that issue before.
There's just, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure out what is making noise.
Stick of Truth was made by Obsidian, so it's a little bit more old school with a lot of inventory management and stuff like that. I would say this one's a lot more tactical, combat oriented, and what I mean by that is it's a grid square kind of placement where your movement positioning, and it's all about how many squares your attack can cover and the duration and length and knockback mechanics. So there's a lot more combat mechanics in Fractured But Whole than there was in Stick of Truth. Stick of Truth is more like your traditional
turn-based style,
turn-based
like
JRPG style, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
With inventory management, where certain gloves would add this much armor and this much, whereas this one, items didn't matter. There was nothing related to items. It was all about power, and certain items would increase your power rating. So comparison wise, it's kind of different to compare, because they're in the same genre, but they're just different games. But I think if you like Stick of Truth, you like this one. It's more.
Oh God, what is that?
What?
That thing they just walked on.
Oh yeah. It's a racing girl. So definitely, I mean, you're playing a superhero, so it's more about combat and methodical thinking combat. So story wise, though, it's still a fun story. I think if you're looking, I think Stick of Truth probably was a lot more traditional RPG elements, so it probably had a lot more story elements, a lot more epic of a story element to it. But this was still good. I would say story-wise, though, I think Stick of Truth probably beats it story-wise. But as far as fun factor, this was definitely high on the scale of fun factor. Definitely. So,
I mean, they put a lot of detail in this game. Like, for example, this character that is only ever going to show up in this one spot, this Raisins girl, which I think they're making fun of Hooters.
Yeah, they are.
And like her animations and everything, like specific to her, not just like generic gets knocked over, gets back up, like her like and stuff.
I mean, I think
there
were definitely a lot more oh my god moments in Stick of Truth. Like, I can't believe they fucking did that. Than there were in this one, but there was definitely a lot more. I was definitely laughing my ass off a lot more. I mean, there was like the priest pulling the fucking rosary out of his ass and everything else. That was pretty fucking. I think that got everybody in chat. That was a good time. But like fighting, I don't know. Nothing will ever compare to Stick of Truth fighting the underpants gnomes while you're shrunk down to miniature size, and your parents are fucking going at it, and you're just seeing like a giant tit flop behind you and everything else. Like, you're fighting an underpants gnomes, and then you have to dodge your ball sack of your dad or whoever. I don't know if it was your dad or whoever coming to hit you in the face. Like, jeez. Nothing will compare to that. I'm sorry. Stick of Truth had that hands down. Like, that's you can't. It's hard to beat that. So I think I died laughing.
Yeah. I mean, every time I'd watch you play it, there was something just like.
But this is still pretty good. Still worth the investment. Still worth the investment. Man, bear, pig, yeah.
Should keep an eye out. See if it's on sale when it goes on sale. So many games to get to.
Yeah, I mean, Ubisoft did this one as opposed to Obsidian, yeah. So.
I wonder if they were like, no, make it more. Add more. Make it ridiculous.
I still think Stick of Truth probably. I don't know. They're both pretty fucking good, man. They're both pretty fucking good. It's hard to get that comparison.
So yeah, play it, guys. Play that game. It's fun.
I recommend it. If you have a sense of humor, anyway. If you don't have a sense of humor, then you're gonna find it stupid. Or if you don't like South Park, then don't play it. I mean, I like South Park, so I found it fucking hilarious. Okay, it's just that simple. If you don't like South Park,
the farting vigilante, for example.
Come on, man. It's if you're like, I want a serious in-depth, don't play it, dude. Like, if you don't have a sense of humor, don't play it. But if you have a sense of humor, play it. I love it. So,
regardless of the subject matter, it still has way more in-depth RPG mechanics than a lot of RPGs I've played. So, which is ridiculous.
This is coming from Nade, who I don't think likes South Park. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I find it funny. I just don't like the voices. I don't like high-pitched stuff.
Yeah.
So it gets old for me. I can't stand it. But
there you go. There you go.
Maybe I could just take I could just like alter the in-game audio and just like lower the bass on it. So everybody talks like this. But
Maybe.
nah. Yeah, it was good. It
Oh
was
yeah.
good to watch.
That was one of
It
those
was fun
things.
to play.
That was one of those things where I think the chat got as much enjoyment, if not more enjoyment, out of it than I did, which is saying something. Like they were just rolling with me. It was good. It was a good time, dude. All around good time.
Which is amazing about streaming.
Yeah.
When you find that game that like everybody's into, you know,
They were fucking
everybody's
rolling.
enjoying it.
God,
Yeah.
So. Woo! That's South Park.
On 22 screens, dear God.
22
It just reminds me of like saying like catch all your NFL action here and stuff like that on 22 screens.
Hooters,
like
man.
when I go to B-dubs or something, there's just screens everywhere, and I'm like, geez. But like half of them are showing the same thing. It's just like, oh, okay, all right, whatever.
Big Kahuna.
Kahuna, thank you, man. Thank you. So, you did a special thing, I think, for Christmas, right?
Did I do one?
Yeah.
I should know this. I feel like I should know this.
Yeah. I think this was on Christmas. Yeah.
No, I did do a Christmas special. That's right, and I'm glad you reminded me. I did Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2. It was my Christmas special with Bailey. We decided we are gonna have a fucked up Christmas because why not? So we went through Killing Floor. It was like what, $10 on Steam maybe. I think I got 2 copies for that price actually, but pretty fucking good horde shooter, man. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking, it was a good time.
So you're running marksman?
I was running a commando. So I mean, breaking the game down for what it is, it's a horde shooter with waves that's very highly entertaining. That you just upgrade better and better guns the more waves go through. So I mean,
oh my god, they have elf outfits.
Yeah, that was the thing, man. They keep the devs keep adding to the fucking game. So it was, yeah. I went commando. I went commando while playing a commando on Christmas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
oh my god, they look like presents. The little crawly guy.
Yeah, and they did it for
I
Halloween.
I played Killing Floor. This is awesome.
Yeah, Killing Floor. I love I think the best thing was like the maps, dude. Just the foundation of maps. Like you're like, oh, it's the same shit, but like the maps itself, like they're all so different. Which is cool. It's cool as shit. I mean, at its core.
Gingerbread guy. Oh my god. This is awesome.
So yeah, man, it's just good shit. It's good mindless fun. It's good.
Yeah, that's exactly what this game is. Mindless fun. You just go shoot fucking zombies. It's not complicated.
Yeah. They're Christmas themed, so it was just a good time. Good time game. I don't feel bad about buying it whatsoever, and I would probably play it again. Absolutely. Yeah. I haven't played the second one, but I played the first one. It was good fun too. But yeah, I mean, it's just like expand. I haven't played Killing Floor. I own Killing Floor because I got the deluxe edition.
I definitely say it's an improvement to the first one.
Yeah.
So, I played a lot of the first one with buddies and stuff, and the second one is much more smooth.
Plus, you got Gary Busey voicing Santa Claus. You know what I mean? If you go to one of those,
awesome.
If you go to one of the fucking the Santa Claus maps,
they changed the bosses for this too.
Yeah.
They're all.
They did it for
Christmas themed.
They did it, yeah. Every single one, every single thing is Christmas themed. So like the devs are just constantly adding to it.
I think they're based in Georgia too.
Yeah. Because when you fire it up, it says Georgia. So I mean, I don't know if that's just they use production value from it or whatever. But
it's cool to keep adding to it. You want to stay relevant by adding things like this. Like, why don't we just fucking make Christmas stuff or like Halloween stuff? People will come back for that, like for a week or whatever. The people that keep playing it regardless, whatever. Yeah. But I love Marksman personally. That was like my favorite in Killing Floor.
Yeah.
Whenever I played him.
There's I think I call it a sharpshooter in the second one.
Yeah, sharpshooter. There you go. Yeah, sharpshooter. I like that. Cause you get that M14.
Oh yeah, we all know how much fucking Nate likes the M14.
Even though its mechanisms are outdated, but it's a sexy looking one. It's what, like, how many moving parts goes into an M14? Way too many. Way too many moving parts. But yeah.
It's a rifle.
I mean, it's a video
it
game.
Shoots.
Fuck it.
It does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. They had Krampus a couple years ago. Okay.
They still have Krampus.
Damn, I should have hopped on this because I have it. So.
Well, it's still going. Seasons Beatings is still going.
Seasons Beatings.
Seasons Beatings.
Well, damn. My mechanisms are out. That's rude. It's rude. It's rude. It's rude. So many games though, you know, and then I go and make a choice like you know, I have all these fucking games that I need to play that I already have, and then I go and make a fucking choice like go and play Monster Hunter again on PC.
Yeah, Monster Hunter World, I got rid of my Xbox copy, and I thought about buying the PC copy, honestly. It's like, no, I've got Div 2 with Nade. More into that later.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun game. It was like a, you know what? I just want to get back into something I know. I can just sink some time into, and I know I'm going to enjoy it. You know, I mean, I have all these games that I have, and I like trying out new games and learning new things and stuff like that, but sometimes it gets old with like, this is extremely disappointing, you know, stuff, but so, I mean, Monster Hunter World, you have mod support. The only mod I have right now, because I'm not at endgame, there's like DPS stuff that you can get that monitors the party's DPS and stuff like that, but the only one I have is, you remember those little white things that enemies drop? Like when you knock off pieces of them? The white crystal thing?
Yeah, the fucking pieces you use to manufacture shit, right?
Yeah, yeah. So like those, I would not see those most of the time. So I downloaded a mod that makes a little string of light come out of it, so I can see them easier. So stuff like that. Like, man, there's fucking mod support, and I was looking on Nexus mods. There's tons of them. If you guys want to run a female character and make a pretty hot chick, they have a billion different mods for that. If you want to do Waifu Simulator 20...
Waifu Simulator?
20 Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter World XXX.
Yeah, Monster Hunter World X. Yeah, if you want to do that, boom. I got a bunch of them for that. I also have some really cool stuff like reskinned enemies and a bunch of stuff for weapons. Like you can change the one guy did like some scythe reskins for like the great sword and the long sword, which look pretty cool. So you're using a scythe. Pretty awesome, but not a whole lot about Monster Hunter, just that I'm playing it again and I'm enjoying it. I mean, it looks fine, it runs fine. I know that at launch, some people were saying it had a lot of problems having stable frames. I haven't had a problem with that, but it's been a while, so since they released it, rather. And the reason I got back into it was they wanted to stagger the content that was dropping on console. Kind of like, you know, like when console came out, like everything didn't just automatically drop, like Devil Joe and all this other shit. So when PC released later, they staggered content coming out to match. And now that it's pretty much at the point of new stuff dropping on PC, and they're having an argument with themselves about, do we just drop it on console and PC at the same time now that they're caught up, or what do we do there? So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with that. And like the Behemoth just dropped. I was watching Seraphim do that. Looks fucking awesome. And some people in the Blast Zone have been like, Mon Hunt, huh? Kind of want to get into that. And I saw that mod, Doc. It was Thomas the Tank mod. Yeah. Thomas the Train Engine or whatever. There's a mod where you can turn one of the monsters into Thomas the Train Engine. Fucking ridiculous.
Thomas the Train.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Nade versus Thomas the Choo Choo. One night only. But yeah, it's a fun game. And one huge thing that I noticed is with the weapon theory of the longsword from when I played on console is the counter. They extended the time that you can get a counter. That gives the counter makes it so pretty much that you don't take any damage and you get a huge buff in energy. And then I also figured out that from a counter you can go into the final strike. But I mean, it's fucking awesome.
I just read the Bob the Builder comment.
Oh yeah, yeah. Get Bob the Builder in there. Let's fucking do it. Come on. Well, when we get to endgame, I'm gonna start downloading some ridiculous mods.
God.
Like one of them was
make me buy the game now, motherfucker.
well, one of them was whenever Devil Joe shows up, there was a mod that I downloaded. So when I finally get to Devil Joe, it's gonna play John Cena's theme song instead.
I'm kind of glad that's not my theme song anymore, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun for a while. And his name is Justin Red.
God, that was so old. It feels like it was the eons ago, dude. Jesus. Oh,
That was a
wow.
long time ago. Damn. But you have new emotes, Kahuna? Is this a new emote, or have you always had that? Or I'm just a stupid pleb, and I don't know things. I probably just don't know things. But anyway, yeah, Monhun, I'm getting back into that. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Plays great on PC. So,
Well,
yeah.
then I might have to venture.
Maybe, you know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see when I get to endgame if that's something that you would be into, I guess, if you watch me play some more and stuff like that. But
Fallout 4 mod to replace the moon with John's. Oh, Jesus, fuck. No,
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
gonna. Next, like the inner mod, like Steam Workshops, you know, you generally get like most of the stuff you want. But when you go to Nexus, it's like the sky is the fucking limit. And sometimes that's a bad thing.
most of the time, it's just sexual stuff
Yeah.
that I've noticed.
I mean,
And I wish I could just filter that out because, like, I don't, you know, I stream. I'm just not just gonna be big tittied women all the time, you know, like.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
cover
my
big
thing.
titties is fine, but you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like the sky's the fucking limit with Nexus. Like you get anything your little devious fucking heart desires can be found on Nexus. So
Like I think even there was one for Monster Hunter where it makes one of the NPCs nude if you want, like even the male NPC if that's what you're into. But so the reason why I bought Monster Hunter World, and I was, you know, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get Monster Hunter World anyway, is because we had talked about on last TG about this game called Atlas. It was made by the guys that made Ark. It was gonna be like an MMO pirate thing that's kind of like Monster Hunter,
yeah,
sort of.
tell me about Atlas.
And so it kept getting pushed back. The release kept getting pushed back, and it ended up only being $25. So I nabbed it. I just wanted to get in there and fuck around a little bit, right? And I couldn't even get into a server. I mean, I was like, all right, fine, server issues, you know, whatever. Like, that happens a lot on games on launch day. They have server issues, you know. I think they should have just had a play solo option just so you could fucking play it, you know. But yeah, that fell hard on its face. So it got to the point where I pulled out a fucking book as I was going through servers to try to connect on stream, and I just read from fucking Lovecraft instead of playing the game. And I tried every server. I rebooted the game several times, and it just didn't work. And I was like, you know what? I'll wait till they fix it. I'm sure they'll fix it. And it's fine now for the most part. I think from what I've seen, the servers aren't as bad. But I drew the line at after that stream, and I switched to Divinity that I was playing with you. Every time I booted that game, it would cut my internet for like 30 seconds, everything. Like, I boot the game up, it would just be like, no servers found. Something on my phone, because I was on Wi-Fi, would cut. My other computers would cut, and it was just like, you know what, fuck this. Fuck this. I've never had that problem with a video game ever. I could always pick it up again later if I get re-interested in it. I'm just going to get Monhunt. So I refunded it. And I was also at the point, like, of 108 minutes on Steam, and you know the rule is 2 hours to refund. So I'm like, if I go another 12 minutes, I'm going to be over my mark, and I haven't even fucking played the game yet. You know what I mean? Like, I've been sitting here trying to get in servers for 108 minutes, and I can't. Or it cuts my internet, you know? So fuck that. Fuck that. I'll play it some other time. But it looks fun from what people have been playing. Although there has been some controversy about it's pretty much just an Ark reskin. I don't really care about that because it's not a $60 game. I mean, it released at $25. I don't know why people are pissed about that. You know? Although it was funny that apparently if you were in the main menu of Atlas and you plugged in a controller and then you kept pressing down on the controller on the main menu, it would go to a secret menu option that you can't see. And then if you pressed A, it would literally bring up an Ark menu, like join Ark servers and stuff, which is just like, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
while you're reading fucking storybooks and shit, I was there for that. Every single time I clicked
Yeah.
over to your fucking stream, it was like, this motherfucker's still reading.
Yep, haven't gotten into a server yet, so I'm just gonna keep reading. I think I ended up reading a couple pages from this lovely Destiny Grimoire anthology that Penguin bought me. And then I read The Nameless City by H.P. Lovecraft, which is one of my favorites. But yeah, only $25. So it's like, I don't know why everybody's so fucking pissed. I think it's even less now. I think it's even less right now than 25. Like, it's not a full game. They pushed it back several times already, and they wouldn't let you pre-purchase it either because they knew that it was going to have problems, and they didn't want people to already drop money, and then they keep pushing it back, and then be like, right, well, I'm just going to write a shitty review because I couldn't play it even though they took my money already. But, that's whatever. I mean, $25 game. So if this was a $60 game, I could see why everybody would be pissed about it.
Well, it kind of goes along the lines of, I guess, like, people were saying, oh, this looks like Arc fucking reskin from Pirates, and I looked at that and I was like, yeah, that kind of looks like it. So I mean, I don't think it was really a surprise.
But what's wrong with that, right? I mean, what's wrong with that, really, though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is it really that big of a deal?
Well, I don't know. I didn't.
How
play
many
Arc.
assets do they reuse in like Wolfenstein? You know what I mean? Like Wolfenstein 1 to Wolfenstein 2. I don't hear people being like, "Oh man, fucking Bukowski or BJ looks exactly the same." Yeah, and like, "Oh my god, the Nazis look pretty much the same."
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
Another $60 game.
I think there's a lot of information out there. Like, that's why I said it shouldn't really be a surprise anymore. So I was like, yeah. I looked at that. I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. I'll wait for somebody else to buy that. So
yeah, and I figured I'd be that person that would just like, you know what? It's probably gonna suck. Everybody that's been playing it already has been hating it. I'm just gonna get it anyway so I can form my own fucking opinion, and yeah. Oh, although speaking of Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, that video you shared with me, that review about Fallout 76, that was a very interesting perspective on it. Like it put it into words. The words I was trying to find about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I still enjoy playing Fallout 76, but at the same time, I'm not fucking. I understand why people are so fucking upset too. The only issue I have is when people try to fucking beat the shit out of other people for playing the game or enjoying the game. It's like, you need to fucking check your goddamn self and shut the fuck up. But
yeah,
if you don't like
the guy
it,
in the review,
I understand why you don't like it. I completely fucking understand why people don't like it. I understand why it gets the hate it does. Completely understand. There's a lot of fucking points to be made there on why it gets the hate it does, and I understand that. But I enjoy it. I enjoy playing it, and if it makes the game better for getting the criticism that it receives, great. So fine. Criticize away. Make the game better. Whatever.
Yeah, like the guy in the review said, like, I envy you that you can still enjoy it. And he put a fuck ton of time into the game.
Yeah, I didn't get half the fucking bugs that he got. I'm looking at these like, oh wow, like I got that bug. Holy shit, I think I'd be pissed too. But all the bugs he listed he was getting, and I saw them in action, I was like, I didn't get any of those bugs. Holy shit.
Yeah, like progressively worsening textures and stuff like that, and some other bugs I've seen. I mean, I didn't get that stuff yet, so I think that made me enjoy it a little bit more. And apparently, I got a clip here of me, like on the video we're showing, drinking and me drinking.
Comment saying Bethesda needs to go bankrupt and sell the rights to Obsidian.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that.
I honestly wouldn't mind that. I like Obsidian, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of an Obsidian lover, not lover. I don't.
Well, they're making Outer World anyway, so we'll see how that goes.
I like Obsidian, man. I don't think I've ever hated Obsidian. I haven't played Alpha Protocol yet, though. That might change my mind, but we'll see.
I heard that was a rough game.
Yeah,
I have it too. I haven't played it yet, but that wasn't even on the subject thing as Fallout 7, but we got on there. Yeah. That's fine. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, man.
Freeform entertainment. Here we go.
Atlas.
Look at it, it's not loading for me.
What the fuck? Yeah, Atlas shit the bed. So I'm sure it's fun now. Maybe in the future I'll try it again. We'll see. But yeah. What's funny about games like Alpha Protocol, like Alpha Protocol was good, says Doc. Had its issues but was still fun. Is that there's some of these cheaper older games that I've played, like Procyon gifted me Dark Void. And yeah, it had its issues, but that was a fun game all the way through pretty much. Like I had my things that I don't know, and I've had that with like Valley that Doc gifted me, and we covered Valley, and it was like, dude, it was just a little game. It took me about 4 hours to beat it, but I enjoyed the whole fucking thing. So, and like you've been saying and preaching, is that it's the rise of the indie devs, man. That's when you're gonna start finding really good games that you're like, this is just good.
Yeah, I've been saying that for, I think I said that way back in 2000. I think I said that in 2017. Oh, I said that in 2000 fucking. About halfway through 2016, near 2017. No, I would say 2017 is when I said that's going to happen, because everybody was talking about is it going to be the big gaming crash? I'm like, it's not going to be a gaming crash. It's going to be a gaming swap. There's going to be indie developers are the only ones innovating. They're the only ones taking chances. It's the only one that it feels like they're the only ones putting the heart and soul and love into their games, because they don't have a name out there. They need to forge their name out there. So I think there's going to be a transition. And I said that back in 2017, maybe 2016, and we're seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, and you're not gonna grab that kind of name by making a game like Atlas, but
no. But look at Insurgency Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Look at No World Interactive.
That segue though,
no,
bro.
Look at Insurgency Sandstorm. Look at Obsidian. Microsoft buying that studio finally and giving it the fucking the funding and the backing it needs, right? Look at well, we'll talk about Escape from Tarkov later. Well, there's some not so good news about that, but my
bad. I'm just finding a clip. I like this chapters thing that Twitch added.
Chapters. Yes.
When you look at a VOD, when you change game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that they did that, so I can go like pull up. Like I don't want to see this game. I want to see this game. I like it. But yeah. I mean, not a huge, not a AAA company. And I think the only problems I've seen while watching you play has only been just like rendering issues. It's like the only thing.
It still has some optimization to do. I mean, there's still some dramatic drops in frames that occur. But again, this is No World Interactive, which designed the original Insurgency, and they're not a AAA studio. They don't fit the category, but yet it's contending, hands down, some of the best sound I've heard in a game. Audio wise, holy shit! Like, you fucking AAA devs need to take some fucking notes. Like that's it's
not just take like a bunch of assets from your old Call of Duty and put them in the newest one.
They fucking they're like I said, man, they're putting a lot of heart and soul and time and energy into their fucking game, and it shows. It shows. It's a perfect no, but I love playing it. And this is a game I bought and I've purchased 3 times. 3 times. 3 times I bought this game.
One of those love hates.
Well, it was I bought it early in its development, like the day it was announced, and I played it and I was like, I don't want to fucking do this because it's unoptimized and I keep getting frame droppage and it's pissing me off. Other than that, it's fantastic, and I've said fuck it, refund. I'll buy it later when it's more finished. Bought it a little bit further down the road when they pushed out the optimization patch, played it. I think I did like a jump or something or got stuck on a wall and died, and I said, fuck you, I'm refunding it. Let me know when it's close to finish. I bought it, I think, December, maybe 2 or 3 days before it was going to get pushed out. And played it, and I think I played it for like a good 8, 9, 10 hours straight. And I said, okay,
something.
Okay, I'm keeping this. So, and I haven't stopped playing it since. Well, every once in a while, but But that's been my go-to. Obviously, this is some recent footage because you can see the same Texas background that I have here for there, and yeah, no green screen. So
Yeah.
dropping production quality. Yay. Oh well. But I do like the icon.
I don't see that as a drop, in my opinion, but it's just a difference.
It's a different style.
Yeah.
To me, I'm a very minimalist guy. I don't like, there's some guys who like to throw overlays and overlays and overlays at you and all this fucking activity going
like
on.
What we got going on right now.
Yeah, and it's like, well, it makes sense because there's a big black
Yeah.
backdrop, and you have to fill the space and talk about what you're doing. But I'm very minimalist. Like if there's gameplay on the screen, I want you focused on that, and I'll be there to see my reactions. I don't need all this shit going on during gameplay. Like if I transition to a different screen, then I can do all my arts, all my fucking crazy shit, new recent subscriber, blah blah blah, and all this other crap. But I'm very minimalist. Like if the gameplay's on, the gameplay's on, and then I'm in the corner somewhere, like chilling.
Yeah.
I don't need to be this giant blown up dude. This just lessons I've learned being in the industry.
Yeah, and like when using a green screen, you're positioning based on the game and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I agree. Like I'll be, when I'll be watching somebody stream, and I'm like, dude, his cam is like right over his, like the only thing on the HUD. You know what I mean? Like when you watch some, I'm not saying like right here. I just mean like
well,
when I watch somebody play.
If you would have listened to what I said I don't like doing it. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
If you want to do shit gameplay, then you can do shit gameplay. Or I like shit doing gameplay.
Shit gameplay. Damn, Nade.
Shit doing gameplay.
Wow. But
are you shitting while doing game? Oh shit. Oh, okay. Shit
I like
during
shit.
Gameplay.
Shit doling gameplay.
Okay.
Something like
that.
that.
Apparently we have to like it too. This is a weird glitch I keep seeing happening when you spectate people. It like takes their clothes texture and just like covers half the screen in it.
Yeah, I don't know what that's
pretty much all I've seen.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It might be because I have it on my HDD and is it on my SSD? I don't know. So listen to the words coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, it looks fine. I would totally get it, but I already have so many games.
Just get Kahuna some sweet and sour chicken. It'd be all right.
Yeah. Some orange chicken though.
Yeah.
I'd be down for some.
General Tao, man.
I swear though, whenever I order like not American food that's spicy, and I tell them I want it spicy, they're like, filthy American probably can't handle real spicy, and they make it really mild, and I'm like, stupid. Like, this is random, but there's like an Indian place next to here, and I went there and had curry. And
hey man, don't try to be a hero. I tried to be a hero one time with Korean food. That was a problem. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, I could take it, and I'm like, no. This is not American spicy. This is. I learned about Mexican food spicy too, really quick. I was like, oh, I can handle it. I was like,
yeah. Well, I mean, I like spicy though. Like my favorite beef jerky is habanero.
Yeah, I go about 5. Usually about I do. It's just depends. I'm like a family heritage. We cook spicy stuff too, because it's Caribbean heritage and whatnot. So we have our own little fucking way of doing things. I mean, we had the hottest pepper in the world for a long time was in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's like, yeah, if you want to talk heritage, I guess. Not that it has anything to do with your taste buds at all, but.
Or does it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Does a Trinidad taste different than a Korean?
I don't know. I don't eat people, Nade.
Who said I was talking about eating people?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the food definitely tastes different. It's more of a Hindu-inspired dish. But I just when I usually say 5. They're like, at a scale 1 to 10. I say I want 5. 5. I want 5.
Yeah.
5.
I mean, I'll admit,
Five's a good area right there, and then I'll judge from there. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit that some dishes, if you just make it too spicy, then that's all you taste. It's just spice. Like I want it pairs well.
I want it. Yeah, I want a good mixture. If all I'm tasting is flaming heat, it's like that's not enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah, like this fucking sleeve weird thing. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know how we got on like spicy for Insurgency, but hey, cool.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, because we need to get Kuna some food. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this other game that that has been having some interesting things going on with it.
What game? There's a lot of them.
Battle State games and
Oh, well, we're gonna get on the controversy.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's talk about, I guess, if let's you want the bad news, you want the good news, you want the positive, or you want the
Let's start with the
negative?
good because we got it on screen right now.
All right,
Let's
we'll do
start
the
with good.
positive. The positive was patch, just strictly talking about Escape from Tarkov as itself, not about the game company Battlestate Games. As just talking about Escape from Tarkov itself, patch point 11 is a nice addition that came around Christmas time. It added a bunch of new stuff like the Terra Labs map and a different way of doing things and some extra gear and stuff like that. So I played a little bit. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the state of the game where it was at. So I mean, adding another map is good, and adding more gear and shit is that is good. So everybody keeps ranting and raving about patch point 11. So I mean, obviously, if people are ranting and raving about it, there must be something good to it. You know, so yeah, I mean, it's if you thought about getting back into EFT, I got into it. I enjoyed playing it. This might be a good time for you to come back to it and take a look at it and see what you like or don't like or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
different
Learn some of
mechanics and
these
way of doing
mechanics
things.
before it opens to the open world that they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're
More
starting to
survival.
they're starting to inject a lot more survivalistic mechanics and starting to get a lot more persistence as opposed to wiping all the time, which is a good thing because I get the wipe. But having gone through 4 wipes, I'm like, what's the incentive? Fucking care. So, just woke up from a damn nap. But yeah, there's your positives.
Yeah.
I would just say if you haven't checked out EFT in a while, now is a good time to check it out and see what's new and what's changed.
Yeah, I have not checked out EFT in a while. I mean, it's still on my taskbar.
Oh, and that's a very important PSA. It's about to hit the screen too. Apparently, because the way the labs map is structured, if you take insurance to the labs map, there is no recovery. So that would be a good thing to announce to people, Battle State. But we're not going to talk about your stuff right.
Is that on purpose or is that a glitch?
It's because there is no working elevators apparently for extraction. You have to turn on the power internally in the map in order to extract.
Okay, so there's no way for somebody to get in there and go get your shit.
Basically.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
I haven't played the labs map yet.
Which you have some more information, kind of like what Woo's talking about here. What's going on there?
Yeah. Here's the not so good news that has nothing to do really with the game itself, but it has to do somewhat Battle State game. So the big thing about the DMCA thing, I guess what was started, and if you know anything, I'm going to talk about someone else's channel right now. Anyway, as I was saying, good, nice try. Here come all the DMCA strike jokes.
Yeah, we're back. My stream PC froze. It happens every now and then.
Yeah, let's try that again. So anyway, he was putting out information. I'm not sure where you guys fucking cut off, but I'm gonna just go ahead and recap it anyway. So let's go back. Guy was saying that Battlestate Games had a leak and user information was compromised, right? That users' accounts were getting compromised and hacked and stuff like that. Battlestate Games looked into it, says no, it's not a breach on our end. And okay, you're fucking with shit. I'm just making sure. Like if it goes down again, I'm about to like raise hell. Like no shit. Anyway,
that's what I have to do every time with my cam when I restart my PC.
But
all right.
But anyway, yeah. So they look into it, say there's not a breach. The same guy who gave that guy the information goes back and says, no, here it is. Here's the information. Here's what's happening, and here's the proof. And so he makes another video saying, by the way, apparently this is still going on. BSG doesn't like that very much, so they copyright or DMCA claim two of his videos. That kind of gets negative attention because if you get 3 DMCA claims, you're basically your channel's terminated.
Yeah, if you lose them.
They proceed to DMCA claim him 47 times. 47
You
times.
I think you can only fight 3 at a time, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was the rule. You can only fight 3 at a time.
47 times. This is and based upon that, it is basically, and all these YouTubers went to go fight for him and expose this and everything else. Like, there are a lot of prominent YouTubers and Twitch streamers that were very, very for BSG, stopped affiliating themselves, stopped doing anything with them, everything else, and they kind of exposed this. So basically, based upon that exposure, eventually all the claims got removed, but the point was it was a blatant misuse of DMCA because they didn't want the negative publicity. It wasn't necessarily a copyright strike. It was a blatant misuse of DMCA, saying because you didn't like his opinion, we're gonna DMCA you. It's a blatant misuse. If they and there's been many information related to the subject. Like, if you're actually saying that he's providing scandalous information, you issue a cease and desist. You don't DMCA strike videos. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And then the other controversial part of that was that they're saying it's copyright infringement, but yet apparently there's some research ongoing to see if Battlestate Games is misusing copyright material of their firearm manufacturers that they feature in their game, like Glock and all these other fucking people. Which Glock, if you know anything about Glock, they're very, 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 very finicky on if their weapons are used in anything. Like, you better have a license.
So if they're going to DMCA strike this guy, wouldn't that technically mean they'd have to do it to everybody based on the base reasons? That's
where a lot of the big uproar was, because it's you're setting a standard at this point. Like, if this is going to fly, what else can happen? Like, now you're saying game companies can do all this stuff because you might say something you don't like or have an opinion. And it's like, it set a very, very dangerous standard. So it was like, okay, whatever comes out of this is going to set the standard for how content is created. Because, for example, I could say, fuck Dickie's barbecue pit, which I'm not going to say because I like barbecue. And they could be like, I don't like his opinion. I don't know, whatever, right?
Yeah. DMCA this video because it has their product in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's.
Ooh, I thought we.
What a way to shoot yourself in the dick.
Well, their PR, not doing a really good job. So, looking at it from a third party perspective, it's like, obviously this was misuse. This was misused, and they could say, well, it's in our end user license agreement. And it's like, well, your end user license agreement does not trump the law, the fair use law. Like, I can put, you must surrender your firstborn to me if you play this game in my EULA product. That does not mean it's legal. Okay, just because it's in an end user license agreement does not necessarily make it legal or enforceable.
Yeah, remember when you first refunded EFT? I think, didn't you?
It was Star Citizen.
And they tried.
It was Star Citizen.
What was going on? Maybe I tried to refund Escape from Tarkov, and it said that it's non-refundable. And it's like, well, technically, I haven't received a product yet, so refund me.
Oh, it was. I did it for Star Citizen because I bought some stuff, and it was like I didn't understand the implications of this, that, and the other. And it was like, well, you can't do this now because you have to wait 24 hours to do this. And I was like, well, then why did I buy this? Because you did not state clearly in the agreement that I had to wait 24 hours. And I was like, no, refund my shit. And it was like, well, we're going to look into this. And I was like, no, you're going to refund this now because technically your product is not finished. I'm not paying for your product. You delivered this. You did not specifically clear this. And then I got it refunded. I did get it refunded. Yeah. And then later on,
I bought. It's like, just because you put in some bullshit doesn't mean you can
your
do whatever you want.
Your end user license agreement does not trump the law. It doesn't. You will never be able to trump the law. So, regardless of what's put in there, you can't. Law is law. So.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if I sat down in person with the devs and I signed a fucking contract, but you know what I mean? Like, just clicking OK, I just want to get to the fucking game doesn't count,
Yeah. The only thing Ironclad is a ZFG NDA. Well, that's because there's legal backing for a non-disclosure agreement. There is actually law and literature in place for a non-disclosure agreement. So that's why.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, dang.
So.
Well, fuck. Yeah, that really sucks that they did that.
Yeah.
I hope they do something to repair this because I would really love to see where this game goes in the future. But
I think they just need to shut the fuck up and focus on development and stop worrying about whatever content's put out there. People are going to say bad things about good things, and people are going to say good things about bad things. You can quote me on that phrase. Like, there are people who don't like me or don't like me at all just because of me. All right, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. I'm not too worried about what you say. I don't care. But because they're just like, well, it's that fucking Justin 87 guy. He's a piece of shit. I don't like him. It's like, I don't fucking care what you like, bro. Like, I'm still putting out my content, and Nate doesn't give a shit either. So, there's enough people that do like me that I'm gonna keep doing it. So, like, just stop worrying about what one dude might potentially say. People are allowed to have opinions. Just keep focusing on putting heart and soul into your product and making it good. Period.
What is Gaijin?
I don't know.
We can't say that.
I will systematically.
Can't read that out loud. Sorry. Fucking rules and bullshit and stuff. Man. Yeah, fucking internet. Yeah, that sucks about EFT. It really does. And I hope that next time we are on, next TG is going to be our game of the year. So we'll probably just be talking about stuff that we'll figure out all that. But the one after that will probably be about games we're playing and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that's your source of controversy for the day, I guess. Yeah, that you probably already knew about, but we just talked. If you didn't know about it, hey, congratulations. By the way, I
didn't know about that. Apparently, Woo even knew about that. So, it's probably because he watched. I would assume that's because he watches Dr. Lupo. Dr. Lupo's big into that game, and
well, in the long run, he got his channel back, right? He got his channel back, and he was like, I think the thing that really crushed him was they said we don't want that individual representing our game anyway. We don't like him, and he was crushed because he loved ZFT. So he's like, well then fuck you then. I'm not gonna do anything bad to you. I'm not gonna do anything spiteful, even though I could. I'm just gonna not cover your game anymore because fuck you. You lost a player. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, and a community. Fuck. Yeah. The whole community that goes with him, and that other guy that didn't like it either. So. Fucking stupid.
It's just hard. It's because the game, you want the game to constantly evolve, but the way the company handles itself, it's like.
Yeah.
So.
Also brought YouTube's bullshit back into light too, which is good.
Yeah.
The fact that you can only fight 3 at a time. If you lose 3, your channel gets shut down.
Yep.
But somebody like Battlestate Games can make over 40 fucking claims on you. And that's revenue that you're not getting. It used to be that they kept the revenue. Whoever made the claim. Doesn't matter who the fuck it was. They kept the revenue whether or not you settled it. That's bullshit. That's like somebody walking into your fucking bakery, right? And they're like, this is actually my bakery. And you're like, and they make, more claims than you can handle at one time. And they get all your revenue for that time to fucking dispute that shit. And they have 24 hours to reply. And then from there, if they don't or they lose, then you get ownership back, but they get whatever money you made in that 24 hours. It's fucking stupid.
Somebody
that's what YouTube was doing, man.
Somebody clipped it already with us fucking losing the goddamn connection. That was awesome.
They know. There you go. But yeah.
Oh, that treats a player base like that. Well, because people are entitled, not entitled, but people are allowed to do whatever the fuck they want to do, Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right, so Destiny's done a lot of fucking dumb things. We'll just we'll talk about Destiny then, because this fits in.
Sure.
Where I want to go with that. So, instead of, I was going to go to World War III, but this fits in better. So, Destiny 2, huh?
It's the internet. People are fucking dumb.
Yeah. So I very much like playing Destiny. I very much enjoy playing Destiny. Destiny's a very fun game for me, but Destiny has a lot of fucking shit in it that is stupid. And stuff they do and calls they make that are just like a fuck you to their audience and their game and their players and stuff like that. It really is. It really is. Everything's a segue into Destiny. Shut up.
Keep talking.
But
hang on.
I mean, like, so like, look, I'm doing the new raid right now. Really enjoyed it. There's a fucking sparrow race part where you're in the sewers here, and there's a giant servitor chasing you on fire, so you have to outrun this fucking thing. Hey, it's fucking dead!
Oh my god, there goes my eardrums. Yeah. Oh, hey, there's fucking Dave!
But yeah. I mean, it's still like I love playing the game. I have tons of fucking Destiny stuff because I love the idea of it. Shooting aliens in the face with your buddies is always fun in a first-person game like this. Like, I haven't found another game that gives me that exact same feeling of a first-person, pretty smooth experience. But I mean, they consistently do things that fuck people. Like, they just dropped Forsaken, right? That was a $40 thing. A lot of people here bought Forsaken or didn't because you're like, I don't know if I want to pay almost a full game price again for something that, you know, like I already paid a full game for, and it's and you know, and then people coming into the stream and stuff like House Forsaken, like, dude, this is the way the game was supposed to be. It's way better now. And it's like, well, I shouldn't have to pay money to play the game the way it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like that's completely understandable. I still play the game, and I still have tons of fucking Destiny stuff. And I'm going to keep buying Destiny stuff. Like, I bought the raid jacket for $150. I did.
Oh.
You know? Although I do need a new jacket because mine's literally falling apart. But anyway, like, regardless, so like in that perspective, like, how can you still play this game even though they treat their people like this? You know, I get it. I get it. Like, I still like the game. I fucking agree with you. It's not cool, but I still really like the game. So,
yeah.
Like, I'm wearing a Destiny shirt in that we're doing right there.
I don't know, man. I think as time goes on, I keep getting more curious about it. I'm like, okay, maybe I should delve into this. You know, it's just the way it is. It's kind of like, you know, SCUM or, you know, other stuff. It's just, there's some stuff where I'm just like, I'm tired of this. I want to put it on the shelf until they either make improvements or they give me more incentive to play it. And they do. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, this feels good. Good. You know, it goes to charity, people.
Yeah. Anything that they sell on their store, it all goes to charity. So,
well, you can be as nerd as you want to.
Better be worth $150. I'm just saying, though.
You know, some people wonder why the fuck I still have full fucking kit when I'm out. I said because I want to maintain proficiency, and one, and two, it's because I like, you know, putting the shit on. Because when I put the shit on, it's like, to me, it's like, hey, it's time to go to work. So, you know, plus I don't know if I'm gonna get out or not. I might fucking go sign the paperwork, go back in. Who knows? But either way, I like training the shit. So fuck you.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Activision is pretty much a charity case now. I mean, I understand the joke you're making, but no shit goes to like games for kids and hospitals and stuff like that. St. Jude's they've done, I think.
Oh, he's big in claws. He understands that more than anybody.
Yeah, I know he gets it.
He was
helping, just so everybody knows.
He was helping out. He was helping out somebody as well. It was a good time. I was warmed my heart. So
you ain't gonna go back in? How do you know?
Yeah,
the fuck you know? The fuck you know? Come on. I want like a page-long reply about the fuck you know.
Yeah.
But no, we're good. I was just giving you shit.
Yeah.
That's not a page. That's not a page. That's 4 words. One of them's an acronym.
I'm definitely not going in full time. If I were to do it, nope. Too much shit going on. He's not wrong in that aspect either.
Yeah. Well, not line unit. Activity.
Oh no, I'm not going back to conventional. Yeah. If I'm doing, I'm taking some sort of selection process, and I'm straight to the fucking Gucci. I'm not dealing with the conventional shit ever again. Nope.
It's a good way to die. I know it's a fucked up way to put it, but it is. Yeah.
There's a lot of stupidity that doesn't make sense that gets tossed aside when it comes down to where the metal meets the meat versus what actually applies in fucking Garrison. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Maybe a better way to put it is a bad way to die. That's a bad way to die. There we go. But not saying anything against those of you that are still in. It's just after some experiences, you know, I wouldn't want to go back in on a line unit either. So, but anyway, moving on. Oh, so Destiny and stuff. Yeah, we're doing the raid. I mean, dude, the final boss, like, let me jump ahead here to when we're fighting the final boss. Like, it's a giant fucking mech, all right? Like, it comes out of the ground. It's got giant fucking cannons and shit, and you gotta destroy the shield generators on it. While I'm reading this fucking map here, while people are running around trying to get charges and put them in the right locations and stuff, while Doc and myself are popping shield generators on it so we can get the shield down, so we can summon a tank to come out and pop the motherfucker, because that's the only thing that hits hard enough to stun him, because his armor's so thick, so that we can do DPS to him. Like, it's really fucking cool. It's really cool. Like, boom. What's up, Stellar Koala? How you doing, man?
I actually have 2 examples of what he just asked. Devs giving gamers more better games than well, maybe it might be 3, but there's only 2 I've actually played. The other third one I have not played, but I've heard good talk about. First one would be Insurgency Sandstorm. Was definitely a I won't say a closet hit, but when it first hit the scene and the way it was handling things, there are big news media outlets in gaming that are covering it, and it's an indie game, so it's like wow, okay, fucking bravo.
You're not wrong about BattleTech. That was
BattleTech as well. Actually, that was not on my list. I'm glad it was mentioned. And the second one was Ring of Elysium being what it is. Surprised
free to play too.
As a free to play, and it plays better than some of the paid BR games I played. If you're into BR games, so that surprised me. Another one, I guess, would have been Hellblade. Sinuous. I haven't played it, so I can't comment on it, but
I have.
Ground Branch isn't finished yet, though, so I can't say, oh, the devs delivered better than what was anticipated, because it's not really finished. So it's not a finished product. It's still work in progress. It's still work in progress. Everything that you know now is subject to change. So I can't really say that. You know, obviously I have ties to it. I think Nade's hunting for it now.
I'm getting some Rings of Elysium footage. So you can show that.
But yeah, our ROE, like I was still, and I still, like, I made the statement, you know, and I remember making the statement that Black Ops 4's Blackout mode was probably the best BR experience out of all of them, with the caveat that based upon my beta experience at 60 hertz.
Yeah.
At 20 hertz.
Yeah, it felt good when I played it too.
At 20 hertz, it's insanely frustrating, and it sucks because it's still. I mean, I'm telling you, if they pushed it back to 60 hertz, it would. I think I would definitely stand by my statement. But now with it still, I think, I don't know. We're in fucking almost the new year, and they still haven't made that. They just keep making all these other modifications to it. It's like, well, I'm sorry to say that I have to change my stance, because Blackout refuses to provide that quality entertainment. It's no longer my stance on it being, you know, the best BR experience. I think once they push the boundaries and finally make it to where shots connect and everything else, I think it will take that back, because it's definitely snappy, it's speedy, and everything else. But Ring of Elysium is quality of life experience. You know, it still plays slower, but it's at that perfect pace where it's like, okay, this feels good to play. I don't get mad. I don't feel like it's bullshit when something happens. You know. So, in my opinion, it is, and you know, Dirk has that nickname for me because apparently I'm the king of the ring. I still think that stems from my first match I played. I got like 7 kills and got extracted, but
yeah. Well, I mean, like I've downloaded it and played with you guys. Like for a couple days there, I'd get on and play with you guys, and like I've played a bunch of PUBG. I've played Fortnite. Fuck Fortnite. I played Blackout, and I come and play Rings of Elysium, and like, I mean, how was
Yeah,
I
you
doing?
played it. You played it. Yeah. So I mean,
I was getting
understand.
about like 7 or 8 kills around. You know, like we were fucking people up. Shots were connecting. You know, weapons felt good. When you find another weapon or you have parts and you pick up a weapon, it automatically puts on your shit. When you don't want that weapon, it automatically takes off your shit. You know how much time that saves? Like, oh, let me drag this.
Yeah, it definitely taught me to be a little bit more careful about my opinion to make sure it's an accurate representation. So,
yeah,
before I make a statement like that again, I will be doing some thorough investigative work into all the titles before I make a claim like that again. But then again, you know, who would have thought that they were going to downgrade server performance upon release? So it's like, okay, well,
some bullshit.
Okay,
Some motherfucking bullshit, man.
All right, fuck. So, oh well.
I don't think I had any desync problems in ROE either, and we were playing with like people all over the U.S. in a group.
Yeah.
I don't think I had a single problem with that while we were playing.
I think every once in a while I get hit reg issues, but
yeah, I think the only problem I had was hit regs with when people were using a snowboard or a hang glider. That was the only time. It got a little choppy, and I remember watching Clank unload an MPX full auto into a group of 4 guys with hang gliders, like in a tight group, and it didn't hit a single one. And I'm like, I know Clank's not a fucking idiot, you know, like he can hit shit. And he didn't get a single hit with 3 mags dumping into him, and it was like, what the fuck? So I think they got some problems they need to fix with that. But other than that, I mean, we were doing really good, and it felt good. So it felt fucking great. So I recommend. I mean, it's free, man. It's like if you guys want to download it and be like, hey, we want to have a fucking ROE night or whatever, I'm totally down. Like, hey, you guys want to do some fucking ROE? Yeah. Yeah, I was like, that was actually an enjoyable experience. I'm down to do it again. Yeah.
I would do it.
So, oh, and when you spawn, you don't do the stupid dropping shit. You just choose a spot to fucking spawn, like, and then you just spawn. You can see where other people are spawning too. So, like, if you want to go fight people, like we are doing, or you guys were doing here, is like, hey, let's go fucking Herschel Academy, just go murk these dudes. And I know he's gonna be in that general direction. So, much more user friendly. Versus, I mean, how many times have you in PUBG been parachuting? It doesn't render anybody in when you choose a location until
I don't know, man. I haven't touched PUBG in so long, so
yeah. I
guess in order for me to give a fucking wow, all right, you gotta have me fucking screaming my shit. Thanks. I was having a good time.
I think you meant Stellar, Dirk, or Entropic, not you. But Vigatus, do you? Fuck you. I'll fuck you back.
Wow.
Oh man, goddamn. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You guys should check it out.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Yeah. Let's see here. We both played that. So how were your holidays?
Holidays were solid. You're still missing a game though.
No, we've got a couple other games to talk about actually.
But
I'm just asking you about your holidays.
Oh, I moved to Texas. Yay! Been a good time ever since. Honestly, just grinding through the holidays and everything else, getting shit situated, and probably gaining about 10 pounds just in alcohol alone. But that's gonna get fixed. So I'm cooling it till about New Year's, and then New Year's is gonna be it for like the next fucking couple months. So yeah.
When is it not a homoerotic stream? Yeah, Tropic's asking, is this this is a homoerotic stream? I mean, when is it not? You know what I mean?
I don't think it's ever not been. There's always.
Well, it's an everything erotic, not specifically just guy on guy. You know. So.
Whatever. I don't judge.
Yeah. I'm glad the holidays were good. I'm glad to see that you're enjoying your new place. It's good.
Yep. Oh yeah. Definitely need to get the coffee situation resolved though. I have to get a fucking coffee maker or something.
What have you been doing for coffee so far?
Drinking Bang.
Might I recommend a Keurig?
No, because I can't put Black Rifle coffee in it.
Yeah, you can.
What?
I bought a big thing of K-cups.
Oh, well.
Or you could just buy a thing that's just a little filter if you really want.
No, I want the big fat filter. Because I want to make a big old pot.
Yeah. Well, you can just keep making cups. You just put it in another one.
I don't wanna. I want to make a
but,
big
well, I mean,
thing. Big thing. Big thing. Big thing.
Well, I bought the giant sampler with all these different kinds. So it's like, ooh, my first cup of the day is going to be AK-47. My second cup's going to be Blackout. My third, is going to be like...
No, I stick with one, man. I stick with one, crucify that, then move on to the next one. Oh, that was a bad joke on Christmas. Oops.
No. I just got it because you said that. It's terrible. How would you say these things? Yeah, terrible. Justin likes big things. Leave him alone. Yeah, like booty, boobies, penis.
No.
Pecs.
Yeah, maybe.
Biceps, tries.
Yeah.
Well, we like a big bouffants. We like big bouffants.
Are these things we like on ourselves or things we like in other people?
Both. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. You decide. You guys decide.
Yeah.
It's a free world. Mostly free. Not really. All right, we're gonna move on.
If we're talking about boobies and booty, absolutely.
So I played a little bit because we had what, like 2 weeks because of the holidays there between. I still can't believe he's got a little fucking kitty in his bag. It's just ridiculous.
What?
But,
Yeah.
Clank's bag is just fucking creepy.
Yeah.
And it waves and shit, and it's makes me really wish somebody would shoot him in the back whenever I'm spectating him. But let's see. Nope, that is a video I uploaded of unboxing the Power Armor Edition. That's not it.
Ooh. Yeah, speaking of caffeine, damn.
Where's my Red Dead? So,
oh yeah,
this is a game.
Talk to me about this, even though I have it.
This is a game that I really enjoy. Right.
I'm holding off, man. I'm probably gonna play it. I'm not gonna lie.
Every time that I've talked about it, I'm like, it's a good game. It's my chill game. It is. It's a chill, not an.
You played Dominoes for charity? Didn't you do that?
Oh,
you played blackjack for charity.
It was with poker. When we were doing poker, people were donating bits, and I had to bet. We didn't plan it on purpose. It just happened into, that's what I was doing. But I was working on the gambler challenges so I can unlock the gambler outfit. Is what we were doing. And so, like, the one I'm working on right now is I have to play in a draw game. And I had to win 3 rounds without drawing. So, like, I have to have dominoes to play through the entire round. So, and then I think I also have to win the round. Win 3 rounds without drawing was the thing that we had to do there. So yeah, I learned dominoes. Dominoes is actually kind of interesting. I would totally play with people, it's fun. And then I've also had ones that were poker. But it was Texas Hold'em, and then I had to learn Texas Hold'em because of that, because one of them was you had to bust out 3 people. Another one was it was blackjack, you had to double down and win, I think like 4 or 5 times. But the one that I'm currently working on is blackjack, you have to win 3 hands of hitting 3 times and still win. Like, the probability of hitting 3 times and not busting is ridiculous. And then when you actually... I've gotten it twice. Once was on stream, one was off stream when I was just farming it. And both fucking times, because of this stupid fucking game, I got to 21 on both times, right? Playing blackjack, hitting 3 times. That's ridiculous. I got on 21. And then comes dealer's time to fucking hit. And he gets 21 both times. So it was a push, so it doesn't count. And I was just like, this is fucking stupid, fuck this game. Yeah, fuck this game, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's left a really sour taste in my mouth.
The house was cheating.
Yeah, some fucking bullshit. And in one of those games, like a couple hands before my second one, I saw 2 other NPCs. One of them hit 4 times, one of them hit 3 times, and they both won. And I'm just like, in the same hand, like, what are the fucking probabilities? This is bullshit. Fuck this game. Like, what did they do? How did they program this AI and
to fuck you?
They're fucking, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Just like Vegas
fuck me,
you. To fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't accurate. Like a, yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't like a saddle horse over in the corner, but really they just tie me to it and everyone gets to turn fucking my ass. Like I don't know, whatever. Stupid. But other than that, there's a lot of things I like in the game, although I've been hopping in other people's streams lately when I go host them and stuff, and just so happens that it comes up I'm not going to spoil it, but a really big fucking spoiler comes up and I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, right, I can't ignore. It's a big thing, so that's also kind of made me like a little about finishing the story because I already know a big thing that happens.
I don't know anything, so don't say anything. And the
Yeah.
game's in the next room, and I'm gonna play it at some point. So yeah, I don't know shit about Red Dead 2. Nothing.
Well, thank you, Entropic. But yeah, as far as like the game period, I mean, if you just want to go hop in and be a cowboy, you're probably going to be a lot more of an asshole than you think you're going to be to people. But
oh, I know I'm gonna be an asshole to
Yeah,
people. Come
yeah.
on, man, it's me.
I mean, we've talked about what I've done to people in that game. Like, it's coming out.
It's
coming out,
It's
man.
just you tapping
Yeah.
into long overdue shit.
Yeah. I mean, shit. There was the one time that I was playing. Do we have a clip of it? I don't know if anybody clipped it, but there was a fucking. I was playing poker, Texas Hold'em, and I needed to bust out 3 people or whatever, and I was getting really fucking tired of my luck for busting people out, so I eventually got to the point where I just blew 2 people's heads off, and I only accrued, I think it was like $15.
Yeah, the bounty
for
system's really weird in that game.
Yeah, $15 for blowing off 2 dudes' heads in the middle of a goddamn saloon in front of witnesses and then running. So
Running.
yeah, I got
Arthur.
fucking 3 domino or whatever. Hey, Arthur. But as far as just hunting and doing random shit, that's where that game shines for me. I get a little frustrated when I start doing story stuff and they want me to do it a certain way, but I just need to buckle down and play that fucking story so nothing can be spoiled for me anymore and I can just enjoy it. But yeah. Benny! Oh, speaking of that game,
you need to talk about that one because I was
speaking of that game,
I
oh
was
my
kind of
God.
scope locked on that game. I was like laying in bed trying to pass the fuck out, and I saw you playing, and I was just like, huh. This reminds me of like old school Myst and Riven and fucking Zork Nemesis and what the fuck?
It's got a long ass name. It's called I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream. That was an interesting game. I still need to finish that. Where's that? So it's from like 1996, I think is when it came out.
It's around the same
Might
era.
be earlier than that. Yeah. So I Have No Mouth, Yet I Must Scream. It's this point and click adventure game where the beginning was really fucking strong.
Like
when they introduce you to the game, it's this AI that man created to fight wars for. It started off as just like handling other systems.
Wasn't
and then
this
they
the only
eventually
game that was
programmed it.
actually like a writer wrote something about this and a writer backed it and like was involved in
Yeah, it was a book turned into a game, and I think this is one of the first games ever where the author helped with the development so that it could stay true to the book. And so this AI starts handling like fighting wars and stuff, and then it eventually kills everybody on the planet except these 4 people. And then he holds them for 100 years and tortures them and keeps them alive. And now he's going through everything there with the torture that he's doing to each of these people. So he made like a personal little hell for every single person. Yes, Zero, exactly. But so it's interesting going through this and trying to figure out what's going on and try to get out what you have to do. Because the characters are interesting and the weird fucked up shit that you have to do. There's like good things that you can do to get out, and there's bad things that you can do to get out, and how that affects your character and your ending for each character. So for example, one guy was like a really handsome guy. So he fucking crippled all his limbs and made his face super goddamn ugly. So that he has to limp everywhere. And that's the middle character there, if you can see down there. And I started his story, and like he was, like we start off on some stairs, and to get out we need to get up the stairs, but he's so weak from being tortured for 100 years and having all his ligaments torn and stuff like that he just limps everywhere and he can't get back up the stairs.
Making my body hurt.
I mean, it's fucked up. Yeah, like
glad I took that ibuprofen.
Yeah. Yeah, it was man. And what's cool about it is when he puts you into simulation that's supposed to be your hell. And the first one that we did was what was his fucking name? Shit. Well, he's on screen right now. The first one that we did, and I actually finished that. But Ring Runner is a game made off a book as well, Ty? Okay. All right. So like this guy was an alcoholic. He had a blackout moment where he thought he killed his wife or something like that, but it turns out that it was his family that did it, or her family, her parents did it, because they were trying to be controlling like psychopaths and stuff. But like you figure out all this stuff, and like figuring all that out was kind of cool. And I mean, it's old style point and click adventure. Sometimes it's like, how the fuck would you think to do it in that like, you know what you need to do, just figuring out how to do it is the problem, because it's an old game. So that kind of gets you sometimes.
That was kind of
it's cool.
Kind of the pain in the ass part about him too.
Yeah. It's like, I know what I need to do. I have the rope. I need to get to the end of this thing, but how do I make the game do that?
How do I translate the game terms? Yeah.
Yeah. And like in this game. But one thing out of every other point and click game I've seen or played that I liked is that you have all your options of what to do. Walk to, look at, swallow, take, give, use, push.
You don't have to type it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so when you hover over something, it tells you what things you can do with it. So like, hey, when I mouse over the mirror, it's like, look at, you're not going to go swallow the mirror, obviously, or look at note, take note, and stuff like that. Yeah, right, exactly, Doug. Like, how the fuck is jerking a bird off going to help me open a damn door? Like, how would you know that?
That reminds me of her mothered. Like, how was I supposed to know that when I went here and looked at this, it was going to drop the chandelier, which had the key to the door that I was missing? What?
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. You're just like, I mean, I figured out one of them. And then some of the other ones is it's some of the problems that you run into as well with these old adventure games is it is possible to get yourself to a point where you cannot progress because of an order you did stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was interesting trying to figure that out too,
Really
and then
trolling.
making very descriptive saves like, before I did this, I'm gonna make another save here before I did this, so I can go back if we figure it out. So it was cool. And I really enjoyed the story that was going on, was this fucking AI thing that puts you in this simulation. So if you do something that kills yourself, he just wakes you back up and he's like, oh, did you think it would be that easy? Would you like to go again? Like, it was cool. I enjoyed it.
That's your battalion.
Fuck yeah, friendly raider.
That's your battalion combat teams, right? Because we have regimental combat teams. RCT, BCT.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, BCT. I was
Or a brigade combat
3rd ID.
team.
Yeah, 3rd ID,
No, it's not
4th Brigade, 3-7.
Not battalion combat. It's
Infantry
BCT
division.
is brigade, right? I don't know. I don't know what BCT
Yeah.
is. Like I
Battalion
said,
combat
we had regimental
team
combat
thing.
teams.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, right? Yeah, no? Now I'm confused.
I don't
just
know.
threw out like a bunch of... yeah.
RCT,
Yeah, I was a 3-7.
BCT. Or
Goddamn right. Cotton balers by God. Huh? Damn fine soldier. And they were named the Cotton Balers because in a big battle of theirs, they used cotton bales as cover. That was why. So, yeah, they were one of the infantry divisions that saw the most shit. One of the most decorated ones.
yeah, there's a story on it if y'all want to look it up. I don't know if he's gonna link it or not.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Well, there's also just the 3rd ID period about the Rock of the Marne and how they got that name. They were helping the French in World War I. Was it? Fuck. Was it World War One? Fuck.
I don't know.
Rock of the Marne. Why anybody in 3rd ID gets the other fucking thing? Whatever they're called, the shoulder thing. The cord. There we go. Cord. Was it World War One? Yeah. It was helping the French. The French all ran away, but the Americans stayed and won. So they named them, or they gave them the Rock of the Marne and gave them the cord. Oh, yeah. Fucking cool. Yeah. Awesome. Good shit. I was
Kind of like the
very
French
happy to be there.
forager for a certain unit of ours because their implications in that fuck else. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, cool game. I look forward to finishing that. I have no mouth, but I must scream just to figure out how the fuck to get out of this horrible torture. And then I would love to see the ending of this too. So I need to make that more of a thing. And I go grab these, like his heart was cut out and shit. And you go find the heart, and it's the guidance system for this giant Zeppelin that you're on. It's really weird, you know?
The heart is the guidance system. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yeah, and you get it back, and he's like, oh, this isn't going to do me any good, so you go use it. You know, like you feed it to a dog for a while, then you go carve out At one point, I carved out another dude's heart to feed to the dog so I could get back my heart to make a trade, and like, it was just, I don't know, it was fucking weird. It was a talking dog, too.
Talking dog.
It's a weird game.
You mean like having pet speak in Divinity?
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking, oh, speaking of Divinity, huh? Huh? So you guys remember how TG started? You guys all remember
how we shit all over Divinity 1 in every fucking TG episode we do. Well,
yeah.
Here is a pleasant turn of events. All right, here's a pleasant turn of events. So this guy gives me a copy of Divinity 2 and says, "Fuck it, if we're gonna hate it, we're gonna hate it together." So here we go. Yeah. So we started playing Divinity 2, and let's see. As of now, we have 16 hours into it, or at least I've got 16 hours into it. Cause I kind of
and we like wanted to play it almost every day.
Yeah, it's definitely more enjoyable than the first one. All right, I don't know if that's because we know what to expect, or if it's because it's just a much better game. I would say every gripe I've had about Div 1, Div 2 has, I don't know if the term is fixed or resolved or whatever, but I like playing Div 2. I didn't like playing Div 1. Enough said.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's still some of the things in it, but since we know that to start instead of figuring that out, we can use it. Like there's still there's things that are fucking kind of an asshole thing, the way it's designed, but you can use it against them too.
Yep.
So except for the one thing where everybody seems to know that you're undead.
I'm undead, so they keep healing me.
Yeah. Yeah, like we'll start combat and somebody will cast restoration on him. And they're like, why would you do that to your enemy? You don't know that he's undead. He's covered up on purpose because it's a game mechanic. Because it, like when we started the game, since Justin chose an undead character,
shocker.
It warned him, hey, by the way, you're undead. People fucking hate undead. Makes sense, right? You saw a skeleton man walk up to you, be like, kill it.
Yeah, so I veil myself.
Yeah, he's covered himself up in wrappings and a hood and a face mask and stuff, and yeah.
But
which is interesting that also that speaks for the game as well, that we did not choose to make custom characters. We actually chose pre-made characters in the game.
Just because the storyline was interesting enough, and there's unique dialogue options because of you picked that certain character and stuff like that. So we were like, fuck that. You know what? I can still customize my class, I can still edit my abilities, so why not?
Went to the midget club. There you go, man. I'm glad you went.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I would call it the best RPG I've ever fucking played, but
that's
for a co-op, yes.
That's a big statement. That's a big statement.
Co-op RPG that's turn-based style, I would definitely recommend Divinity 2.
And I haven't touched the Game Master portion, so when I touch the Game Master portion, I'll speak on that.
Yeah, dude, we could make an ongoing campaign with characters that live through the entire thing, unless they die, and we could play fucking D&D through it, pretty much.
Are you sure you want me doing that to you?
If it's worth it. No. If like the game master gives you enough freedom to do what you want. Yeah. Yeah. Always got the Star Wars bedspread back there. Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Fallout shit all over the fucking place. There's my Brotherhood of Steel fucking flag over there. So.
Oh, Penguin got me a bunch of Fallout stuff. I need to show it off sometime. It's not here right now, but.
Oh shit!
Guy spoils me.
All fucked up. That's why I don't like moving it.
But yeah, Divinity 2 been a lot better so far. Like one huge thing that made it feel way better was movement in combat does not cost nearly as much. See, like it costs like 3 AP to move from one side of the courtyard to the other, 2 AP to hit that dude or whatever. But like before, for me to move from one side of the courtyard to the other would have been about 10 AP.
Yeah.
And you don't have a ton of AP in the first one. It's about the same about how much AP you get. And that was, they even made like, they made like the definitive edition. I don't understand why when developers do stuff like that, they don't fix stuff like that. I don't know. It pisses me off. Like, how long has this game been out? You've put out DLC, but you didn't fix this one thing.
It's fixing the DLC, Nate.
It's fucking stupid, man. Like, I'll go back and play a game that came out in like 2005, and I'm like, why hasn't this mechanic been fixed yet?
Don't worry, the modders will fix it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, it's not true in the matter of Fallout, but it's whatever.
No, there was an unofficial patch for a lot of those. So yeah, maybe not 76 right now, but
yeah, they haven't sent me my bag yet. I applied for it, but they haven't. I think it's like early January they're gonna send those out. I think, or something. Yeah, but I haven't gotten my new canvas bag yet. I still have the shitty.
Well, apparently they're giving you like the Fallout fucking, I don't know, anthology or whatever the fuck it was. So you get 1, 2, and tactics free or some shit. I don't know.
Or
I already have
like
all those
3 copies
games,
of those.
so it's
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah, it's whatever. But I mean, nice gesture. But
why don't you give me like the season pass for free if there's one? I don't even know if there's a season pass or not.
Or not like, hey, I'm sorry that we lied about our bag. You want 500 fucking in-game currency? Like, no. No. I paid $200 for this fucking thing.
How about a
500
helmet you
in-game
can
currency is
actually
gonna make me
use?
feel better. Yeah, that I can breathe in and see out of. How about that? We'll just start with that. There we go.
Send me another helmet. Send me the old one. I'll rip that shit out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna mod it if I ever want to wear it. I'll put in a new visor and take out the lining so I can breathe in it. But right now it's just sitting in my corner on the box it came in because the box is pretty cool. But yeah, what else do we have? Divinity 2. You guys are gonna see much more of that on here. We talked about that. So we're not gonna go super in detail because I didn't play a lot, and we've talked about World War III before, but I did play a little bit of World War III.
Still very early.
Yeah, Dirk gifted it to me for Xmas. He had a nice little moment. We already talked about Monhan. Yeah, we did.
Late.
Yeah. Let's see here. There we go. My title: World War IV will be fought with sticks and rocks. I'm so smart.
It's a quote.
Funny.
I do not know what weapons World War III will be fought with, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stone.
Yeah. That is not war. Is it? What? Didn't I click? Yeah, there we go. I think I switched to Destiny because we had a raid coming up. But so World War III. I like what they did with how much you can do to weapons. I like it. And your gear. I like it. You can fucking customize the hell out of it. Although I do not like that my SCAR, if I have it configured for the left side charging handle, that my my laser is also on the left side, because I would go for that fucking charging handle and just hit my laser every time. But yeah, fuck that. Suri, thank you for the host. Thank you very much.
Daka.
But I also do not like that the current optic that I have here in game, I cannot use the top of it.
Oh, you mean with the built-in fucking backup weird iron sight system on top of it?
Yeah, I can't use that. I don't like that. Why even bother to put it on there?
Maybe
if
it's
you can't
coming.
use it.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. It's very early access, which is why we're not going to go into super detail about it, because like there's things that I really liked about it, and there's things that I didn't like about it. For example, I usually got spawn shot, or apparently people can have like really high armor and they take like 10 shots to the torso to die. And I just, next just like tape a bunch of sappies all over you with fucking 100-mile-an-hour tape. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Got on your fucking feet as well, so just it just in case that you're in the prone and somebody shoots you from behind.
I'm not training in that shit. Fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. But it has a lot of things that I like about it. They just need to dial in a lot of the other stuff. Also, when I was trying to play it, the servers were like super dead. Like I'd go try to play like big game modes, and there would only be 3 people in the server.
Because everybody's playing
Insurgency.
Like,
yeah. And people aren't playing it right now, so I can't give it like a full opinion yet. Because it's like, well, I haven't actually experienced what it's supposed to be yet. So, but it is something that I will come back to because it's got shit that I like. So, yes.
It's on the shelf.
Also, one weird decision they made is like when you sprint, it looks like you just glide like the feeling of it is you just glide everywhere. You know what I mean?
I wish.
Does that make sense? Like you're a tree.
Imagine what my PFT times would be if I just glided everywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I think the feeling is like if I was a tree that just like moved, you know what I mean? Like if you were doing prop hunt or something, or you changed your character model to a tree, and you're just a tree moving around. It doesn't feel natural, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I'm yeah. But I also understand that people don't like head bobbing, so I get it. But like, it doesn't feel like, I'm sure they'll dial it in the future. It's not the biggest issue with the game, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, they lost so much momentum on launch because of the problems they're having with servers and stuff like that.
My lord.
Yeah. But the armor thing's kind of bullshit, in my opinion. Especially because I just started the game, so I don't have that shit. So me going in with base weapon, which is like that fucking MG28, I think you start with, or something. Or G28, I think. Whatever the fuck it is, and all it has is a red dot. You don't even have an optic for it yet. Or anything magnified optic. And then I'm going against players that have been playing the fuck out of it, and they have this high level armor, and I'm sitting here like, you know, all right, okay, let me peek this corner. All right, let me get my shot right. Pop, 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 hit. He just turns around and goes pop, pop, and kills me in like a couple shots. You know, it's just like, well,
you have seen me glide.
Yeah. Oh, have you? Okay. What does he mean by that? No. Was it KY assisted?
No.
You talking about when you guys get bored in the barracks and put a bunch of baby powder on the floor and take the barracks mattresses and slide?
No, I was talking about combat gliding, but you know.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well, maybe I was, maybe I wasn't.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Astro
yeah,
glide.
right.
Fuck
Yeah,
off,
yeah, Ty, right? yeah, exactly, Ty. Yeah, have like a little bit of. I mean, it's fine either way. Like maybe just make it a choice. Do you want a little bit or none? You know, like turn off head bob. I like a little head bob. You know, I like it. I feel like I want to be immersed in who I'm playing. I don't know if you've ever gone for a run before, but it's definitely not like your head stays still and your body goes like, you know, like this. Yeah. Not. But yeah. I like lots of head bob, and of course you would. God damn it. God damn it.
Not bobbing for cock.
Yeah, so not a whole lot about World War III, personally. We covered it back when you played it, and I didn't really even get to see what they've changed since you played it. So not a whole lot there. Not a whole lot. And we've got one other game. Oceana gifted me it. It is this game called Overwatch. Have you guys heard of it?
I don't know who hasn't.
Yeah. So I played on a free weekend once with Chaz and of course I'm doing some dumb shit, but with Chaz and Dirk, I played on a free weekend. But then I got gifted the copy because I was about to go check to see what price it was. Oceana happened to have it from her Humble Bundle or whatever, but I can see why it's popular. I can see why. Because it's it can be as shallow if you like as you want it to be. If you just play like quick play, you just go hop on your favorite character and you just go fucking kill shit. You don't care. Or you can really get into it and learn what counters what based on what map. Like, all right, so this character's got this ability that I can use, kind of like Siege. You know, like if you want to get into that, but this is more just accepting its role as like a fantasy, not trying to be realistic in fantasy, but you know, you're fucking one of the characters is a goddamn hamster in a ball, but it's a giant ball of death. Like, I mean, it's just kind of cool. Like, that's kind of cool that it's just a little hamster dude. And whenever the ball talks, because the hamster can't talk, so he telepathically talks with the robot, and it's like this really deep robotic voice. It's supposed to be this cute little hamster. So it's, you know, it's just like sector clear. So it's funny, you know, and like he can shoot a little grappling hook and turn into a sledge, or not a sledgehammer, a wrecking ball, and just fucking hit people. So it's cool. Oh, is she flipping off? That's funny. I didn't notice that skin I got. Pretty much just going through skins. So I understand from a competitive standpoint, if you like competitive gaming, it feels good. It's fun. You know that everybody has the same shit. It's not like, well, that guy's played a billion times more than me, so his gun does more damage or whatever. You know, like he's got the perfect roll on that or whatever is going on there. And the game mode's really simple. I can see myself playing this game again. It's not a game that I'll get into a ton because
it's not Destiny.
Yeah, it's not Destiny. Although it was supposed to be Destiny when they first started making it, though. It was supposed to be like Destiny. It was that was Project Titan, I think it was called. Yeah, and it was supposed to be. It had its PvP and then a PvE, and I don't know if you guys have ever booted up Overwatch, but it actually shows a video that's supposed to encompass this PvP and PvE. But like you're supposed to go save the world. You're supposed to go bring all that. Like the world starts hating superheroes pretty much. Like you're kind of like a superhero kind of thing. Not really, but you know, like special people do special things. The world starts hating them because they're like, oh, stop helping.
So it was kind of like supposed to have a single player campaign sort of to it. Kind of like Insurgency was supposed to have one too,
and like a co-op thing, kind of like, you know, Destiny, you can go do strikes and stuff like that or whatever. You know, whatever the fuck. That's what it was supposed to be. But then they kind of scrapped it and just went with the PvP, which is fun. You know, like, I mean, they got Game of the Year last year, not this year, I think, right? Or was that 2 years ago that they got Game of the Year?
I don't know. Got enough fucking leagues for it, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, big money in the competitive of this. I can see why, because it is that baseline competitive game where, like, everybody has the same shit. Like, if you're playing against another guy on that character, it's the same, you know, or whatever. You're not going to have more stuff because of how long you've played or you got good RNG. The only RNG thing there is skins. That's the only thing there is. So
Glazing O. I'm just not a big fan. Like, the art style, I understand why people like it. Seems like some of the most popular games have that kind of, like, fucking, I don't want to say cel-shaded because it's not. I don't think. No. I don't know.
It's more playful fantasy.
Playful, you know, WoWish style and the Overwatch style and the fucking Fortnite style. I just can't. But
yeah, I mean, it's not really my thing, but I'm all for trying out a game and see what it's about, so I can know, like, form my own opinion. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I mean, I enjoyed what I played. Not enough to play it every fucking day for the rest of my life, but it was fun. It was fun. Not a whole lot extra there. I still have. It's still going to be one of those games, just like in Squad. I know this game compared to Squad is very different, but it's one of those games where, like, if nobody's running medic in Squad, nobody's running healer in Overwatch, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, nobody's fucking doing it, so I guess I'll do it, and then I just get pigeonholed into playing something I don't want to play because we're not effective, you know, or like whoever is doing it is a fucking idiot, you know, and like, oh, this guy's not even helping out at all, so what's the point? And I don't like games like that are, my fun is dependent on other people. I can't make it fun for myself, and I don't like that, so. Yeah, I mean, there's some really fun plays you can have with it as well. What,
Reaper,
like he's saying
Reaper
there.
was a nice touch.
Yeah, like there's some cool stuff that you can do there, where like you can make some, gives you that player empowerment where you can wreck an entire team if you make the right play and stuff like that. So another thing that I like about Destiny is because, you know, I'm a Titan, I can channel all of the electricity in the world into my body and just go fucking punch everybody to death. You know, it's fun. Makes you feel good. That's why people like it. Got player empowerment. And a lot of games don't do that shit anymore. A lot of games don't give you that. But God of War did a great job of making you earn it in every single one of their games. They made you earn it. Like you had it. Yeah, hashtag earn it. But you had to earn it, you know? Like when the beginning of the game, it was hard. And then you eventually get to the point where you've got so many moves and abilities and how much damage you do that you just, and you know the mechanics of every enemy that you, by the time you're at the end of the game, you're just fucking everything up, killing gods, you know, and even in the newest one, by the end, you know enough and have enough moves and how to use them that you're fucking shit up. And I would say for almost any game, that's what makes the game good, is that getting better over time and like getting stronger, you getting better at the game, noticing in game, and yeah, noticing that in game as you progress, that you are progressing with your skill, damage, and stuff like that. Like, remember that thing that fucking was kicking my ass in the beginning? Now I'm making my bitch. He's my bitch now, you know?
Divinity.
So yeah.
2.
Yeah, and Divinity 2. Yeah, that game does it as well. As we've been getting, you know, better and more moves and how to use them, and we're kicking butt. Like, really, if you look at our base damage in Divinity 2, we really like our base weapons, they really haven't gone up a ton. You know what I mean? Like over time, it's just more of how you use it.
I have heard of Warface, I just haven't fucked with it. I think the only offshoot of that I played was Ghost in the Shell. There was a Ghost in the Shell game. I guess the devs stopped working on it or whatever, and they took it off or something like that. I played that for a while. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Optimization sucked, but yeah.
What is Warface?
Yeah, it's like free to play fucking. Haven't heard that many good things about it, but it's like free to play fucking. I don't know, arena based shooting, I guess. So.
Okay. I mean, there's been a lot of games like that. What was that AVA one? That's kind of like a free Call of Duty kind of thing. But that was pay to win. You could literally buy guns.
Blacklight.
Retribution.
Yep.
Or what? Blacklight Retribution. Yeah, that was another one. Which isn't bad. Keeps them on their toes, man. And it gives something for people that don't want to pay fucking $60 every time they make another one.
Fucking Planet Side 2. Planet Side 2's little fucking BR mode they got. I like Planet.
Got a BR mode though. Just, everything's got to have a BR mode, man. When am I gonna get my Fallout 76 BR mode, huh?
No, shut up, dude. I don't want to think about that. God, I don't even want to think about that. If they release a BR mode for Fallout 76, that's just you're just asking
like
for it.
That's not what you should be focusing on right now.
asking for the internet to butt rape you. You were just asking for it.
My bad. I had my phone next to my mic. I bet you guys were hearing on.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah. So you guys know, those of you that have wired mics and just mics, period, you have your phone next to the cable, because signal and everything is moving electrons and such. Your phone gives off signal and shit, and it'll fuck with it. So you know. Same thing with your cables. Yeah, if I currently have my mic cable ran separate from all my other cables, because if you put all those cables together, they're going to start getting interference from other ones. So that's how you can make like how you can make a electromagnet. If you took like a car battery and then you took a bunch of rods and then wrapped wire around all the rods, it's creating an electric field. So, boom.
That's why I need to get a separate sound card and attach it in one of my PCI slots.
I haven't done that yet. I should though. But I should probably have a better audio setup for 2 PCs if I'm going to do that. Because I just splice it, and this is how I control both volumes. It's in the same thing, so. Boom. But yeah, Overwatch was alright. World War 3, I don't know a whole lot. I'm excited to see where it goes, though. Thank you again, Dirk. Thank you, Oceana, for gifting me those games.
You are late.
I am late?
You
Oh,
are
yeah,
late.
my thing? Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about SCUM and Ground Branch.
You know,
Well, let's do SCUM at least.
you just got. I mean,
Let's do SCUM at
ground
least.
branch is simple. It's if you want to do ground branch real quick, it's just they added an AK-74 MWI, which is a modular AK, and the T1 optic to it, which is compatible with your G33 and stuff like that. So I mean, it's no map changes or anything like that, but they are constantly pushing dev tests to the game. Like if you guys, a lot of your public builds, there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes. Since I'm part of the. Why are you calling me Dave? You know what I'm doing, nerd. But there's a lot of behind the scenes things that occur. Like daily, I get dev test build updates pretty much daily, so I see what they're incorporating. Obviously, during the holiday season, they haven't pushed out a whole lot, but right before Christmas, they pushed out that public update, which tweaked the AI and added a new weapon and optic and everything else. So, but that's really it for Ground Branch. But as far as SCUM added vehicles and foundations, and that again, so the Taxman RP is back on. So it's enough. It's enough for me to want to keep playing the game now again. So the vehicles make mobility so much easier. Plus they have supply drops on the map every once in a while too. So yeah, SCUM in a nutshell. RP's back on the Big Head server. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Feels good.
You know, loot is a little
Good
bit more.
Step forward.
Yeah, loot is a little bit more scarce, so it's not that easy to get geared up in military shit. But yeah, dude, just driving around and shit like that makes mobility so much easier.
Yeah, I mean that's what. When I played SCUM when it first came out, it was kind of like, all right, pretty much you just go to the airfield, grab a bunch of shit, and then you beat the game.
Yeah,
that's all there is to do.
You get geared out, you get ammoed out, you get magged out. Okay, well, I mean, now all I gotta do is shoot other players or whatever. But
yeah,
now it's a lot more brutal.
You know, like what you did with it came in is role playing.
Yep, a lot more brutal now. So it's a lot more incentive to stay alive because you want to get the fame points to spend them on things as opposed to just acquiring them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For the sake of fuck it, that's just this thing I have.
Yep.
If I want to spawn in a particular location, that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. There's a whole nother dynamic with just adding vehicles. And then you add foundations on top of it, things and everything else, and reinforce them and add padlocks and stuff like that. That's good direction. Good direction. I'm just curious to see what else they add, man. Good direction.
Well, I'm watching you drive this car here. I like that off-road does not look very ideal at high speeds.
Oh yeah, handling and off-road is bad.
Good. You're not driving a vehicle that was meant for good handling off-road, so it shouldn't be.
So right now it's just a bunch of SUV types. So
yeah,
which makes sense. So you're on an island with prisoners. I mean, and they're going to expand it. They did some terrain changes and stuff like that, but we're literally only seeing. I think we're only seeing not even half the map when it's going to be finished. This is like a fourth of the total map size that SCUM's going to be. What you're seeing here, and it's already big, so it's going to get a lot bigger.
During the day gameplay.
You don't like my PVS 7s? Yeah, old school PVS 7s.
I don't mind them.
And look, it's the emote name design.
During the day, there we go. Which I can't fucking upgrade to.
I even tried gifting it to you; it wouldn't let me do it.
I don't fucking understand, man. Hold on, let me cover up this. I'm gonna pull it up just in case it shows anything what it does when I try to upgrade to you. Just in case it shows some personal information as far as my upgrade. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna show it. This is what pops up when I try to upgrade. You are not eligible for this purchase. And it won't even let you gift it to me.
Can't gift it.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like you gotta ride that shit
Apparently
out.
I'm blacklisted, so I don't know. Well, I guess I'll wait until my resub so I can do it. I don't know why it won't let me. So.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, and I've Googled it, and it hasn't happened to anybody. Like you can't buy this.
Twitch has it's very sporadic information on the internet. It's shocking how popular the platform is, but when you have an issue, it's like how scarce it is. It's like, or you get conflicting answers. You know? Yeah. Oh, you can stream at this kilobytes per second. No, you shouldn't stream with that kilobytes per second because it looks like shit. Well, no, I have good for. It's like Jesus Christ.
Well, my internet's completely different than yours, and I have different connection and a completely different PC setup, and blah 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 blah. But yeah, by the way, guys, shameless plug here for Justin. He's got a new emote. All right, got a new emote. I don't know who made it for him, but it's fucking sick. All right, sick emote that he's got. Let me pull it up. Yeah, but I don't have anything else that I'm working on here. I just wanted to check. So this is some of the early mix.
Yeah, I like those. I'm still gonna use those probably.
Yeah. But yeah, like there's a flaming horn I made for him. Black horns, when it was tiny, you couldn't really tell that he had horns when it was tiny. But so we ended up going with the red horns. I mean, it's 112 by 112, so it's gonna look blown out when you blow it up.
That was my Christmas gift.
Yeah. Well, and Divinity
too.
This just struck me. Was this even on Christmas Day? I think.
I don't remember. Was it?
So,
you posted it in my content ideas section for my subscribers, and I was like, you know what? There it is. That's true.
We could do red and flames.
Dude, I'm always firing horny. What are you talking about?
Firing, goddamn right. Goddamn right, man. Boom. All right. So yeah, you guys should go upgrade so you can have that emote if you wanted to. By the way. So hey, we're gonna go do that thing because I got a thing that I need to get to.
Yeah, you do. You're past due.
My apartment complex had a fundraiser for St. Jude's. They had several different things that you could win, and I bought quite a few raffle tickets.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Because I want. I mean, how much I put versus how much the Roomba is very different. So, but it's for a good cause, and they're doing a drawing in about an hour, and the whole get together thing already started about a half an hour ago. So I'm gonna cut you to that thing.
All right.
You do the stuff.
Do it.
All right. There.
Fucking Twitch, Twitter, and new YouTube content probably about once a week there. Recently did an Armor 3. Actually, I pulled an Armor 3 video from the vault like 8 months ago and uploaded it. So if you want to see Nade back in the day 8 months ago when we were doing Armor 3 stuff on whatever fucking map we were on, it wasn't Al-Rayak, it was the one before that. You can go ahead and check out the new video. It was uploaded, I think, like a day or two ago. So check it out. You can hear Nade there and shooting the shit and stuff like that. So there you go. Nade.
Hi, I'm the Nade Face.
Hey.
And hi. Do the Ross from Friends. Hi.
Hey.
But yeah, Nade Face on everything. The Nade Face. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all those things. Instagram. I don't really post on there a lot because I'm not a selfie person. I'm not like, ooh, I actually managed to tie my shoes today, everybody. But I usually fail that apparently, but whatever. Yeah, I'm not really that type of person, so there's not going to be a whole lot on there. But if you guys want to see other streamers that I enjoy as well, I share that on the Twitter. We have our Discord as well. It's down below in the info on here. And yeah.
Go get your raffle tickets, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I don't have to be there to win, but I would like to, because there's this really hot redhead that works there. So, oh, I have a copy of that somewhere.
Yeah, it's a giant one. It's got the Art of War, the Tao Te Ching, the Confucian Analects, and Great Learning, the Doctrine of the Mean, and the Works of Mencius in it. Love it.
Oh shit! I just fucked up everything.
Love it. I love this style of book. It's awesome. I think I've read The Art of War like fucking 3 times, different versions, and this is a version I haven't read yet, so. It's not just The Art of War either, it's all this other stuff I haven't read, so.
Yeah,
I haven't read a lot of Confucius.
Now everything's fucked up.
So I'd like to read, I'd like to see what, Confucius had to say. Not a lot of things.
You saw my butt?
What?
Apparently you guys saw my butt while I was getting that.
Oh, nice butt, I guess. I don't know. whatever. Props, dude.
But no, no, I like the perspective that it's written in, and like the like no. Think about this or this. Like, why would you this in this and stuff? And I mean, granted, it doesn't. Like Justin and myself aren't, generals of armies or anything, but some of this stuff can apply to life if you think about it from the perspective of stuff.
Leadership principles can be applied regardless, what NCO level, individual level, fucking corporate level, whatever.
And I mean, you don't know when you read something that it might speak to you in a different way because of something in your life.
If you're a content creator, believe it or not, you are a leader. You have a community of people that like to watch you and interact with you. So whether you like it or not, you're a leader. Congratulations. So deal with it.
Yes, it is the original Entropic. Yeah, it is the original. Signed by him. Yeah. I think it's actually got some little fragments of tobacco from the pipe that he smoked.
What does it say in the preface? Because everybody mistranslates the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? What did he say in the preface? The text of the Art of War.
Handwritten by him, yes.
And Lionel Giles' translation. It's based upon the Lionel Giles translation. In Giles' selected commentary, elisions are indicated by ellipses and paraphrases are bracketed. So, that's the version. At least, which I think the Art of War is like maybe this much of the book. I don't know.
Yeah. Like this is the one I have is quite big spacing, and it's only that thick. So you've got way more in yours than what I have. It's cool. Fuck yeah. Get it. All right. Thank you all very much. We'll see you on the next one for our Game of the Year talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be a long one.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. So
maybe I'll have a green screen set up by then.
Yeah. I mean, it just works until then. It doesn't, it's whatever. It's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you all for stopping by, and this was Talking Guns.
All right. Get out here. Go win a Roomba.